on the front page of the Inner Wealth Global website, so innerwealthglobal.com, I just recently changed the giveaway. There used to be a giveaway on the front of that page called the mini course, the Choose Your Destiny mini course. And what it was is it's really the work that I teach to get really, really clear about what you want in your life. Now, I always, if you've listened for any amount of time, you know that the big four for me are your health, your wealth, the impact that you make in the world. So in other words, your success, and also the power of your most intimate relationships, your closest support system, your network of allies, the people that matter most to you. And in those four, the essence is, if you don't know what you want in your life, you can't have it. If you don't know what you're looking to create, then literally you're just reacting to what shows up. And there's, there's survival mode and there's creation mode. And survival mode is just reacting to what life puts in front of you. It's almost like just showing up as a victim and not knowing that you can create and reshape and reform and just chip away things in your life to unveil a life and create a life that you get excited to wake up to every single day. You don't have to just wait for things to come to you in terms of and to settle for whatever shows up. You can literally get really, really clear about what you want, and you'd be surprised when you get really, really clear about what you want. And I mean, deeply clear with crystal clarity. You'd be surprised how it comes to you. I mean, it's amazing. It's an amazing process. You are a creator in this world. You are literally a creator, but most people are not creating. They're just surviving. They're just reacting to whatever life brings them. And you are a co-creator in this world. You are creating with other people, and other people are creating with you, and you are creating whatever you're clear about. Most people are only clear about what they don't want in their life. They're not really clear about what they do. When you do get crystal clear about what you want, you'll be surprised how it shows up and in what ways it shows up, and how the world, how life, how the universe, how God, whatever you want to call it, how it supports you in your ambition. So at one point, I had this dream of a mastermind, and like when I planted that seed, I got really clear about what it was and what I wanted it to become. I got the inspiration. I got someone, first of all, Jordan Black, who I've talked about on this podcast before. Jordan called me and said, "Mike, I want to be part of a group with entrepreneurs." And Jordan was mastermind student number one. And I made a couple calls, and before you know it, we had a group, and the next week we had our first mastermind call. It was really cool, and it's grown from 5-6 people to over 60 now. It's like this is how the universe works. Is when you get clear about what you want, you'll be surprised what shows up in your life to benefit you and to help you and to support you in your mission. And the Choose Your Destiny mini course was literally just that piece. It was just the clarity piece. Now, 3-step process to creating anything you want: clarity, certainty, and commitment. Clarity is getting clear about what you want. Certainty is knowing that you can have it and building unshakable belief, unbreakable belief in yourself and in life. And it's almost like coming to an internal state, an internal certainty that like it's done. You just need to go about the work of recognizing it and realizing it in the material world, because it's so true inside of you. And we do this by letting go of worry and letting go of doubt and stop thinking about what we don't want and start thinking about what we do want. But we start to trust life, and that's how we become certain. And when we prove this out over and over again, your certainty will increase. And as your certainty increases, then you'll start creating bigger and bigger things, and like bigger circumstances will show up in your life. And the last step is something that only you, like no one can really teach you this, but commitment is about going all in on your dream. Like 0% or 99% commitment is 0% commitment. It's going all in. It's a matter of taking inspired action in the direction of your vision. It's a matter of being patient in the process, and it's a matter of being willing to receive it when it shows up. And that's commitment. So, and somewhere, if you're not living a life, if you're not waking up and your eyes aren't opening in the morning, and you're not excited for the life that you get to live the day ahead of you, if you're not excited about your circumstances and your love life and your health and your wealth and how you positively impact the world, if you're not like on fire about those things, then you're literally just surviving. You're not really creating in your life. The mini course I took, instead of that 3-step process, I took out the certainty and commitment, and I just put the clarity piece there. And from there, I invited you into a full course or my workshop, my Choose Your Destiny workshop. Now, that worked. It was good. It helped people. But, I started thinking, why am I holding back? Why am I withholding? Like, I love giving stuff away, and I love helping people. And there's a lot of people out there in the world, and maybe this is you, who want help, who are open to help, but don't want to invest in it. Like, I invest in if I've got a problem, I pay for a solution. If somebody knows something that I don't and I want to know it, then I pay them so that I could learn what they know. I'm a student. I'm in 2 masterminds. I just attended a speaker training that cost me $5,000 for 2 days. Like, I'm an investable asset. I go to workshops and spend money on me. I am an investable asset. I am an asset in this world, and I invest in myself and my growth and in my circumstances. I invest in myself. I am worth it. I am an increasing investable asset. And I would invite you to start thinking of yourself that way, because when you start thinking of yourself that way, you'll start putting yourself in rooms or with people or with groups, or look for a mentor, or take that training course, or join that mastermind, or become that student, or attend seminars. When you start to look at yourself as an investable asset that increases in just the amount of equity that you have in yourself and in the world, if you look at yourself as an investable asset, your life will start to flourish. I promise you that. Become a never-ending student. If you're listening to this podcast, you're already a never-ending student. The question I have is, are you withholding investing in yourself? Are you just a consumer of free? Now, what I've done, team, is I've taken down the mini course from my website. In its place, I put the full Choose Your Destiny video course. There's a powerful workbook, the same workbook that I use in the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive, the live workshop that I run 4 times a year, the same exact workbook. There's 12 modules. There's 12 videos. They're not long videos. They're like 4 to 6 minutes long, somewhere around there. But there's 12 videos that walk you through the workbook and walk you through the work that we do in the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive, the workshop, the live workshop that I run with some of my students, with some of my co-students. Now, in this video course, it gives you everything that you need to create more wealth, more health, more success, and more impact in the world by helping you get clear about what you want, about giving you some exercises to get clear, giving you some exercises to become more certain. I even give you like the meditation, the free meditation that's going to help you install your vision into your subconscious, into your operating system that I created. It's called Installing Future You. The links to all of this is in this training course. There's like everything you need to create like some sense of self-mastery if you are hungry and if you are an implementer. And it also has some exercises to help you understand how to become committed and how to go all in. It's like this training program, it's amazing. This Choose Your Destiny, full Choose Your Destiny video course. It's an immersive experience. It's awesome. I would invite you to connect to that, and it's free. I've got it on the website. At one point I had it listed at $997, and it was worth every single penny of it. And people told me that it was worth every single penny of it. And right now it's $0. And while I have it at $0, if I were you, I would go get it. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. And this is what I really wanted to discuss today. I'm inviting you into that relationship. Go grab that course. It will help you. Do the work. But here's what I found. So far, 100 people, approximately 100 people, have actually registered for that course. 100 people have downloaded or purchased that course. 3 have completed it. Most have never cracked it, but 3 have completed it. And I would say, looking at it, about 90% never opened that training course. 90% or 100% purchased or downloaded it. 90% never opened it, and 3 have completed it. And that's staggering because the people that have completed it have told me how life-changing it was and how valuable and how beneficial it was. But most people will not crack it. Guys, there are not a lot of people in this world that are self-starters. There are not a lot of people that can do it alone. I want you to understand this. I really want you to really anchor this. I've got one student, his name's John, and John Barbera. And John Barbera is one of my co-teachers at the Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive. And what John did, John is he's an immigrant to this country for a long time. He was an illegal immigrant, and his family brought him here, and they were just workers. They just worked. That's what they did. And John said, when you're an immigrant, you just keep it. When you're an illegal immigrant, you keep your head down and you just work, and you don't make any waves, and you just everything that happens, you think, am I going to get caught, and am I going to get kicked out of the country? Now, in the journey of his becoming an adult, at some point he realized that he didn't want to do manual labor for the rest of his life. So he saw somebody who was wealthy and who had nice things, and he said, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" And the guy said, "I'm in real estate." And John said, "That sounds awesome. Like, what does that mean? What do you do?" And the fella told John all about his real estate business. And John went home and got on YouTube University and started watching educational videos. And the guy, John, my man, he actually started creating some income and accumulating some wealth and becoming successful just by watching YouTube University. John is the exception. John is an exception. There's not a lot of people that can do what John did, because not everybody is as ambitious, personally ambitious, and as much of a self-starter as John. But John is a beast when it comes to making a decision, getting clear about what he wants, getting certain, and becoming committed in the process. But John did it. And that's why he's one of my co-teachers, because he's that hungry. So when we started working together, like every task I gave him, he went all in, fully immersive. But somewhere in the process, John said, "Why am I doing this alone? Why don't I just," and John calls them cheat codes. "Why don't I just access some cheat codes?" And that's what entrepreneur is. Successful entrepreneurs, we access cheat codes. And what that means is we just buy other people's wisdom. Like right now, you're listening to this podcast. Right now, you are attaining somebody else's wisdom. You are actually accessing my brain. You are accessing my mind. You are accessing my experience. You are accessing my wisdom. And that's a cheat code. John, he didn't finish school as an illegal immigrant. He didn't finish school. But he said, the one thing that the school didn't teach me a whole lot, definitely didn't teach me how to be successful. But one thing that school taught me how to do is cheat successfully. And learning how to cheat in school gave him the ability to be a successful entrepreneur. Because when you cheat as an entrepreneur, you become successful. And cheating doesn't mean doing anything out of integrity. It doesn't mean doing anything unethical or immoral. It means accessing somebody else's answers. Why do I need to take 10 years to figure out something when somebody else took 10 years to figure it out? And all I have to do is pay for their answer and they'll give it to me without the 10 years. And this is what personal development is all about. This is what masterminds are all about. This is what going to training courses is all about. I just went to a training course with a fellow, a local St. Louis guy named Sean McCloskey, and it was a 2-day speaker training. It was awesome. Sean has been speaking from the stage for decades, and in 2 days, I accessed some information that it would have taken me decades to learn, and I paid for that because I'm an investable asset. So that's a cheat code. Sean taught me what he learned in decades. He taught me in 2 days. Now I get to execute, and I get to lean into that, and I get to utilize his wisdom. And that's what successful entrepreneurs do when you realize you don't have to do it alone. That's what successful people do when we realize we don't have to do it alone. That's what successful people have people around them to help them and to make their journey easier and less chaotic and less painful. Meanwhile, there's a lot of people in this world with like blue collar work ethics, with, blue collar mentality where I have to do the work myself. I like hard work. I have to do it all myself. And I'm not going to pay anybody to do work that I can do myself. And successful entrepreneurs just think differently because we are different. I'm going to do what I want to do that I love, and I'm going to pay other people to do the things that I don't want to do. Meanwhile, the thing that I love is I'm going to make more money by doing the thing that I love, and I'm going to pay other people to do things that they love that I need done, and that we all win together. I win because I don't have to do stuff that is painful for me or strugglicious or that I'm not good at. They win because they want to do them, and they're also looking for the financial return of that. I can spend my time doing what I want to do at a genius level, right? Podcasting, writing books, writing blogs, coaching, running my mastermind, running workshops. I get to do all these things because these are things that I get to do, not things I have to do. These are things that I get excited to do. But you ask me to do bookkeeping and accounting and my taxes and clean my house. You ask me to do any of those things, and I'm going to freaking like throw up in my mouth a little bit. I pay people to do those things. Yes, and I do have somebody come and clean my house because like I don't want to. In fact, it's Jordan's cleaning company. Jordan Black. He has 2 maids is his company. So anyway, the point being is not everyone can do it alone. Everyone might try to do it alone, but not everybody can do it alone. You don't need to do it alone. Life is meant to be done with other people. We are tribal people. Humans are tribal beings. We are meant to be social and to network and to utilize to leverage other people's talents where that might be a weakness in us. We're in a social gathering, we each have uniquenesses that we can demonstrate that offset, or I said weaknesses. We each have strengths that offset somebody else's weaknesses that we can utilize and leverage together, so that I use my strength, you use your strength, somebody else uses their strength, and the 3 of us are overcoming weaknesses by not using the weaknesses. And we can just utilize our talents. And that's what this whole personal development and mentorship and masterminds and training courses and seminars, that's what it's all about. It's accessing answers that somebody else already has, so you don't need to take the hard path, take the strugglicious path. And successful entrepreneurs and successful people know it. You probably have heard the adage, Tom Brady won 6 Super Bowls, and I think it's 6, maybe 7. Holy cow. Can't remember. I just brain dumped that. 6 or 7. I don't know. But he won a bunch of Super Bowls, and he had coaches all around him, like the professionals have coaches. Professionals have mentors. Amateurs try to do it themselves. Professionals have coaches. Amateurs try to do it themselves. Amateurs think they need to do it themselves. People with low self-esteem feel like they have to do it all alone. People with self-esteem would rather struggle themselves than to be successful with other people. Professionals and successful people want the cheat code. They want the answer. They don't want the pain. While people who often get mired in failure and poverty and get mired in struggle, and they isolate themselves and they try to solve it all, and they try to do everything. They clean their house, they cook their meals, they grocery shop, and they're doing their business, and they're watching their kids, and you can and forever, because they feel like they need to do it all themselves. And that's a recipe for disaster. And it's a recipe for low self-esteem, low self-worth, that you're the only person in your life that can solve any of your own problems. Guys, I put the Choose Your Destiny, the full Choose Your Destiny video course on my website. You can access it on the front page or in the store, in the product section. You can access that. And I don't know when I'm going to take it down. I'm going to leave it up for a sustained period of time. But you can access that. But just understand that work, like with 100 people that have connected with it, 90% never accessed it, never even opened it. 3 people completed it. That is about the performance rate of somebody signing up for something for free. Now, I teach basically the exact same course in my live 2-day workshop, Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive. I take you through the same work, but you do it with people. And doing it with people will create more results in your life. Doing it with people will give you allies. It'll help you not feel alone. It'll make you understand that you don't need to isolate. And it'll also make you understand that you're not broken because something doesn't work all the time for you, because we all struggle and fall and stumble from time to time. And being in a room full of people that express and acknowledge their struggles and their stumbles, as well as express their wins where we all get to cheerlead them, that's where the magic happens. But if you are one of those people that will not invest in yourself, that don't feel like you're an investable asset, if you are one of those people that will not spend money on your own personal development, if you are one of those people that think that your company should spend money on your personal development, if you are one of those people that do not feel like you are worth the investment in yourself, if you are one of those people that don't trust somebody else, that think that the coach, the mentor, the teacher just wants to take your money at your expense, then go ahead and grab that course. And I really hope and I really wish for your benefit that you win and that you're just like John Barbera. I hope you crush it, because I want the best for you. But I also know that the way that people get the most results, the way that people get the most powerful results, the way that people get the most lasting results, and the way the people get the most sustainable and easiest results is with other people doing the same work, and by buying answers, and by buying the cheat codes, by buying new allies. As entrepreneurs, we get it. As successful entrepreneurs, we get it. You know what? The unsuccessful entrepreneurs that I've met along the way and that I've experienced, that I've engaged with, they'd rather struggle alone. And that's why they typically end up just going and getting a job. But guys, listen, I've got Choose Your Destiny Vision Intensive, the workshop, coming up on January 27th and 28th in St. Louis. We got another one scheduled for April. If you're interested in doing work with us, with Inner Wealth Global, connect with us on our website, grab a ticket, grab a seat, and let's go. But if you don't feel like you're an investable asset, you can't make it to St. Louis, or maybe you just don't have the money, or maybe there's a story that you don't have the money, or maybe you're afraid to spend, or maybe you're not sure of me yet, connect with the Choose Your Destiny full vision or video course on the website. Grab that. It'll change your life if you do the work. And one of the biggest pieces in there is the meditation, the installing future you meditation. Guys, listen, sometimes there's this resistance to meditation by new people, that it's weird and it's strange and it's not comfortable. And what are they going to think about me? And you don't want to be seen. Listen, you can hold on to those stories if you want, but just remember this. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. And I've seen people's lives change when they implement a healthy meditation practice into their life, because you literally install your future into you. And instead of stressing and struggling to create it, you see it start to wrap itself around you, sometimes almost with so much ease, and sometimes with so much, I don't know, so many miracles, so many synchronicities, so many coincidences that you can't help but believe that, this stuff works. Inside of the Choose Your Destiny video training course is the meditation that I created to do this work, installing future you. But if you come to a workshop, I lead those meditations in a live setting. Guys, grab that course. Come to Choose Your Destiny with me. It will change your life. If you want increase as 2024 goes on, if you want an increase in your health, your wealth, your success and impact, your relationships, if you want to wake up on fire every day, you've got to do something different. And I'm giving you plenty of tools and techniques and ways to dive in with me. All right, guys, I hope that's helpful. I just wanted to tell you about that change, but I want you to really think about if you feel that you need to do this thing alone. That was really what the reflection that I was after. Do you feel like you need to get the results on your own, or do you want the results and you're willing to get the results in an easier way by accessing some other person's wisdom? Reflect on that for the week, and let's get really clear about what we want in 2024, because as soon as you get clear, shit's going to show up. Be surprised when it hits you in the head.